So basically, in today's lecture, we will implement the templates in that project which we have already created using the Django. So let me go to the code and I will implement here. Invalid Python interpreter selected for the project. Configure Python interpreter. Okay. So let me try to run the setup here. The Python project. Let me try to run the setup. So I am going to the directory and I am running the server. So in this setup, actually there is error. Not import Django. Are you sure it's okay? So there is path issue, guys. Let me change the path of the file. That project setup path. Let me change that project from here. So there is path issue in PyCharm. Let me. I am copying the full code base here in the that previous path. Okay. So let me. Okay. Sorry. Let me open the new project. Not a new earlier project. Open. So here in Champ space, this is the Python project. Okay. So let me try to run the setup here. CD first project. Okay. Python manage.py and run server. So yeah, it is running here. That is the previous path. We have made our project here. So here I will implement the template part. So let me go to the code again here. I will implement that the same template part here. Okay. And I already introduced you about the template and let me explain that part again. So inside that template, templates are a key part to understanding how Django really works and interact with your website. And this is basically used for how you are interacting with different pages and how to creating different pages. Basically that is static files of website. So we are using that template part. So later on we will learn about how to connect template with more models so you can display data created dynamically. So by connecting the template to the models, it will give us the functionality to dynamically display the data on the websites. And that is very important to creating a full stack development project any. So let's focus on the basics of templates and template texts. So the template will contain the static parts of an HTML page. So inside the template, actually, we have some static files related to the HTML. I mean, like index.html or other .html file also. And you can also put CSS files and JavaScript files also in the state template part so that you can show the views of website to the user. Then there are template texts which have their own syntax, special syntax. And this syntax allows you to inject dynamic content that your Django apps reviews will produce. So we will add the some syntax related to the Django, related to the Python, so that you can take the view from the views.py, and that will affect the HTML, that will affect the front end of your web application. And that we will do. To get started with the template, you first need to create a templates directory, and then a subs directory for each specific apps template. So for that part, if you want to use the template functionality in the Django application in the whole project, we need to make the uh, folder for the templates. Okay, so first go for the project name. So that project name in this case is first project. So inside that first project, I will create the templates folder, and inside the template folder, I will create the one folder. Okay, so inside that folder, I will put my coming HTML file. So for that, let me create a template folder, template directory. So inside this first project, in this I will create the one folder. Okay, so I will create here one folder, one directory, and that directory will be the template. Okay, template. So here this is template, and inside the template I will create the another directory, that is first step, first app, and inside that first step I will create the one file. Okay, that is index.html. So this is the starting file, and you can also put file which you want. Okay, so this is index.html, and later I will write the code here, but not now. So that part we have completed project templates and the first step. Okay, so we need to create, we need to write the correct name, not a template. It will be templates. Okay, so here if there is any rename, so let me rename that part. Okay, where there is not any option of rename. Okay, so let me cut that part. Let me delete this all, and first let me complete that. So we'll create that folder. So next step is to let Django know of the templates by editing the dir keys inside of the templates dictionary in the settings.py. So for that also we need to create some code changes in the settings.py file. So because of that settings.py file, we will render the specific path of the template, specific path of the website's static file that we will put into the templates folder. So however, there is an issue we have to deal with before we do this. If there is an issue, if there is any error, we need to deal with that, why the application is not rendering. So we want our Django project to be easily transferable from one computer to another. So we will follow that direct dir method. Okay, and for that, these are some syntax. We will follow the os path dot directory name so that you can work on any software like Mac, Windows, or any. Okay, so let me write the code here, and then I will explain you about that. Okay, just a minute. So first of all, let me go to the settings.py. Okay, so inside the settings.py, I will tell you about the dir method. So here we have this dir path, and in this dir path we have path file dot resolve dot parent, and I think import OS is already here. So we need to put here import OS. So that basically it will work on all operating system. And then after I will use the base dir path, that is build path inside the project like this, base dir sub dir. So let me remove this, and here I will write os dot path dot dir name dot, yeah, os dot path and dot dir name. So this is the actually path to showing the template according to the operating system. And here we will use the absolute path, os dot path dot absolute path. Inside that I will use that format file. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the absolute path for the showing the path in the for rendering the application. So let me run this settings.py python settings.py. So there is some error. Okay, okay, so that part actually I will explain you again in the next session. So before that, let me explain you some other part of the PPT file. So that template part I will code again. Okay, right now there is some error in the system. Okay, so after that we will do that this challenge. This is the template challenge, and it is regarding that app2 project, which I have already given to you in homework. And the next part is statics files. Okay, so in the session on Saturday I will take the session, complete session. That Saturday session I will tell you about the complete how to code the templates and in Django, and how to code the static files and how to set the static files in the Django. Okay, before that I am giving you some overview related to that. Okay, so that code part I will do on Saturday. So let we understand what is static files actually. So far we have used templates to insert simple text. So templates we are using the to inserting simple text. Simple text means the HTML code we want to insert dynamically. So that for that we will use the template part. and for that I will do the code also. But we don't always just want text. What about other types of media? On the website there is not any text anymore. Apart from that, we have images, we have videos, and we have animation type things also available. So for that we need to use the static file method for showing any photo or any video. So this is this will be handled by the static media files. For that we will use the static files. To do this, we will create a new directory inside of the project called static. So like that we have created the templates directory. And the templates directory, we have created the first step folder. In the first step folder, we will put that index.html like that file. So like that we also will make a static folder in our first project, Django project. And that in that static folder, uh, we will put the different media like images, maybe videos, maybe logo svg file. So for that we will use the static path, just like we did for templates. Okay, so template part actually we are using for the text format. We are using for the complete HTML text. Okay, for CSS also. And for media we will use a static file uh, folder. Then we will add this directory path to the project settings.py file. This we will need to add that path also along with the template path, because we need to show the media onto the website. For that we need to give the directory path inside the settings.py. So we will also add a static URL variable to rendering the different media files. So once we have done that, we need a place to store our static images files, and that place is a static folder. So we create a directory inside of a static folder called images. So for images, we will create the directory images, and for video, we will create the videos, and for logo, we will create the logo. And we will give that same path for rendering the images or videos or logo. To place a favorite.jpg like that file, this is one example, inside this images directory, or just download one. You can download any website from anywhere and you can put into that folder, and then that images will render onto your website. So to test that this all work, you can go to the URL, that is localhost URL. So after that you need to give the static then images, then that images you have put, you need to give the path of that. Okay, so it will be open on your web page. So that will confirm that the path are set up and connected properly. If images pop up into your web page, that means you have given the correct path and you have set up the settings correctly. But what we will really want to do is set up a template tag for this. So for template tag, to do this inside an HTML file, you need to give the some specific tags, and these are the some specific tags related to the Django. So most of the time in the Django, we will use these types of tags. Percentage, okay, inside the curly braces, the opening and closing curly braces, then inside that 210 percentage sign, and inside that percentage sign we will use that templates. Okay, so here we want to load a static file, so that's why we are giving the static file here. Then we want to insert the images with an HTML. Okay, so if you want to load the static file, then you need to give this syntax. If you want to load the image, you need to give this image. Okay, so now all the things related to the HTML simple text are changing, and, and this we are doing according to the Django, our website framework. So these things we need to do. So these two things you need to remember for giving the dynamic functionality to your web page inside the Django. First syntax, first this syntax, and second this syntax. Okay, so these are two different syntax. Okay, so not giving this, you need to give this percentage. That is very important. So we will discuss, and I will also show you by code everything, the templates part, the static files part, and the image part, and we will discuss. And I will show you these differences more clearly in the future lectures. Okay, but for now, consider this as being used for simple text injection. If you want to insert, let's say, my name is this and I am working, I am a software engineer, like that. So you need to put inside this, okay, like my name is this. Any character you can put. Uh, and if you want to load any static files, then you need to use the percentage sign, okay, for more complex injection and logic. For more complex injection, okay. Now let's go through an example of serving a static image, and that I will do the weekend. Okay, on the weekend. Okay, I am also busy in some task, so that I will take the class, complete that template and all the class on Sunday maybe. Okay, so Sunday maybe in Saturday in the late night I will take. Okay, on Sunday maybe in daytime also I will take. Okay. So this is the theoretical part we have completed related to the template, related to the static files. And apart from that, we need to do the practical thing. We need to write the code. Then I will run the code in the project. So right now there is some error in the project. Actually, I am not able to reproduce the result, but I will show you. Okay.